Hello YouTube, it's Cash Gaming. I'm back with another video, and today we are on Iracing in the Carb Cup series. As you see, my second lap was not the best of all laps, got a little loose, but you know, it's okay. Yeah, so qualifying is over for me. I have 30 seconds left till I can grid. Let's talk about the Carb Cup. I qualified P17. I don't ever qualify well here, and I don't ever qualify well in general. I normally do really good in the race. If I don't qualify well, I don't know what it is. I just tend to get better over as the race goes on. Especially with these cars, I don't get too good to fall off at this track. For me, it's really bad. But pace car speed is gonna be 70 miles an hour. It's a 2-mile track, 4 turns. With a fast repair limit, there's one fast repair, no instant penalties. I have no instance because, yeah, I got the car off the wall. Which actually is a lot harder said than done here. While the track's pretty wide, we tend to overcorrect.
Do something pretty special today.
And,
You'll
yeah,
start on the inside. Close.
I had a car that, yesterday, I was in one of these races. I think it's going to be uploaded tomorrow as I'm recording it. But, yeah, the car went in the pit road, and that was during qualifying. The car went in the pit road because I couldn't go anywhere else. I would hit the grass or destroy the car or something, so I decided to take it safe. Okay, so I'm back. It wasn't that hard. I just scrubbed my tires just a little bit. Pace car is up ahead, as you can see. Pace car is off. And we're getting ready for Lee's takeoff.
Ready?
Actually, I have to wait for the car to turn.
20 to go.
And off we go. So, the inside line all checked up. I don't want to keep going to the outside. Come on, I have to slow down just a little bit.
Still there.
Stuff's happening up in the inside. Looks like there's a lot of wheel spin or something.
Outside.
Yeah, I'm not very clear spotter. I hate the Iracing spotter. Only because it really doesn't clear you real well.
Still outside.
And I'm still being pinned down low. I'm gonna get passed by everyone. I'm just gonna drag the brake just a little bit.
You're outside if you want it.
Just gonna drag the brake. Everyone is here. Oh, they're spinning.
Cars on the top.
Just gonna ride down the low line. Everyone's checking up.
Stay at the bottom. Stay at the bottom. Stay up top, man.
Wow. I figured I just had to commit to the gas because there's no way I was getting dirty with slowing down. Especially with everyone not slowing down. And I saw a lot of gaps. I slowed down just a little bit there, but not enough to really stop. I just thought I'd been going around, so I just figured if I'm gonna get hit, I'm gonna get hit from the side. I don't want to get hit from the side, so I just kind of committed really good. I just kind of committed to the gas and took off. But I was up in the front and just collected everybody. And that's just the result of being loose in these cars. The cars get really loose in the run. If someone had a little engine issue.
3.9.
Got the 8th. Don't really want to be running this line only because of the fact that the person could be leaking gas. That's another thing I've noticed in iRacing. I don't know if it's new or not, but it's a thing I've noticed in a few cars. So I figured if they blow an engine, don't want to be there because also you have like oil and stuff too. But I think this person actually knew really good at staying off the racing surface, or at least the preferred line. Oh, there they are, yeah. Well, that's why you have your fast repair. You don't want to use it, but if you have to,
39.5.
I think you're careful and pit out here because everyone for some reason wants to go up the track.
He's going to let you go.
I don't quite understand it. The car's still loose, not as bad as it was in qualifying, but I learned that one just a little bit. As you see, I'm catching up to these cars just a little bit here. And while they're in the tandem, one of them, they might be damaged, don't know quite yet. But one of them keeps going down the block, and that's one of the big reasons why I'm catching these cars. See him in a second behind him now.
39.148.
Yeah, we're catching up to, this might be a lapped car coming up here actually. They don't lose the car. That was my big issue. Last race I raced here with this car is that I really wore out the tires and it just got really bad on lap 10. That's one thing I'm trying not to do is slide the car as much. That was my issue. I just really overdrove that right rear tire and it just could not turn. See, I'm already catching up to this car here. And they would actually be fine if they were drafting just a little bit more and they had a little bit of a
39.0.
little bit more organization trying to catch up to these other cars, but they aren't. So that's what happens. You want to race them, but you also want to use the draft because the draft here is a good friend of yours. But here we go. Catching up to the cars.
Outside. You're clear.
There's one, that's P7. Well, it's actually not a lap car, it's actually a car for position to slow because the draft. And
39.5.
the draft really doesn't help out here, but well, I shouldn't say it helped. Your draft, the draft is pretty far back. Well, it's also just the thing of blocking. You just don't want to over block because then the cars behind you start to catch you. That's also not a good thing. You see here, right, the draft, I'm getting a little bit better run on them, but I don't have a good run to the corner. And I'm overdriving the car just a little bit. I don't want to do that. I went through it in this corner. Actually, that wasn't terrible for what it has been. See, this car is going to try to catch up to me too. I'm just going to let him by because it's more just kind of tandem draft around throughout the. Just going to let him by. And, oh, no. I'm not going to really block him or anything. Just remember my line, which is a little bit more of a defensive line. I'm up in the wall, and that's the start of the really tight position with these cars. The 12 car really has hit the wall fairly hard.
Outside,
around now.
You're outside. You want it? Outside.
It's a little bit of a slide job. Didn't really want to go for blocking like that, but that happens.
41.188. Still out there. Clear there.
About 300th of a second between me and second at the line there. Just trying to, oh yeah, I'm already way up. I just had to get out of it. Okay, so there's 5 to go now. And we just found a half decent line. That time I didn't enter real well. But I've been catching these cars up again here. I saw it there in the little fast forward area of the race. Didn't really race many cars, but I was starting to just kind of experiment with some lines here. and just kind of let it coast. Now you really hit the gas, get the back end to turn in just a little bit more, and you don't, and you just kind of almost more diamond the corner. You don't really diamond it, you just kind of hit the apex just kind of late of the corner.
41.
You get the roll.
4.
And like I say, the way you drive in the car is about just as good as any other adjustment, because you know that's ultimately it's going to be affecting your races, not how you. Oh, the wrecking.
Stay high. Stay high.
It's not going to be how you race, it's going to be the line you drive is going to be affecting what your step is, because you can have the best car, but if you go so overdrive the car every corner, you're not going to be able to race the car.
Still inside. You're clear him.
And these cars have some decent setups. Actually, you can have a wide range of setups in these of the open cars, but as you can see, I just got P7 off. No, actually P6 is the other car just wrecked into you. Yeah, it's just my relative is P6, but let's see, I really get on the throttle a little bit late. I probably can get on there just a little bit earlier, but I can just kind of roll into the center of the corner just a little bit better than some of these other slower cars here. It's obviously not going to get me up to what the leader's running, but it's better it's not getting me up into the wall every time. So
good job, buddy. 2 more, man.
But we're already at 2 to go. Wow. And starting to pull away now from P7 and definitely pulling away from P8 because he is. I believe he's the one that spun. Try to roll that center just a little lower down in the corner. I don't think we're going to get quite as run, and they're definitely getting racy up in the front there. You can see them. Well, that kind of just disappeared on my screen, but no, they were there. Just turn a little bit. And
1 more time, buddy. 1 more time. Straight. Move.
well, we're getting the white flag this time by, and it wasn't a bad race. You know, I went from P19. I couldn't really get much worse than that. Survived the big one. And yeah, I'm definitely going to slide up just a little bit higher in this corner. That's P9 right there. Oh man. I think I'm just going to end up with P6 here. Not a bad position. Especially started P19. I net, what is it, 13 positions. So I'm probably going to be the biggest mover, one of the biggest movers in this race. And you know, it's okay too.